Hello the internet and welcome to another indie brand review. So today we are revisiting a brand that I had introduced back in May. The brand is JD Glow Cosmetics. So this is an indie brand. They are located in the United States. Everything is made and shipped from the USA. They are a cruelty-free brand and some of their products are vegan. So if that is important to you, you should definitely go check them out. I have only purchased from this brand their eyeshadow collections. So I have an array of their eyeshadow products and we're going to get into the pricing, the product size, weight, what I think of them, and then I'm going to do, a quick tutorial, quick eye look for you. So the brand itself sells a wide array of products, everything from eyeshadows to highlighters to lip glosses to multi-chrome gel eyeliners. There is quite the selection. I would strongly suggest checking them out if you're interested in, potentially picking up some more unique, colorful makeup options. But as I said, I've only purchased a selection of their eyeshadows, so that is all I can speak to in today's review. The eyeshadows that I have are from their 4 different collections, finishes. So they have Galaxy shadows, which are their duochrome, multi-chrome eyeshadows. They have shimmer shadows, pretty standard. Matte shadows, again, pretty standard. And then Metallon shadows, which are like a metallic foiled formula. They tend to be just a little bit thicker, again, easier to foil, and really high impact. All of the eyeshadows are $7.50. That gets you a 37mm pan. They are, by weight, 2.7 grams of product or greater. Obviously, this is an indie brand. They're doing everything by hand, so the actual weight of the product can vary. Some are heavier than others, but according to their website, they guarantee it is at least 2.7 grams of product. I am incredibly happy with the amount of product that you're getting for the price. Again, I'm not someone who typically pans eyeshadows, so the chances of me going through any of these products is slim to none. However, if you are someone who makes a point of panning your eyeshadows, or at least, trying to finish them, getting your money's worth out of them, this is a great deal. Some other things of note, just in general about the website, it's extremely easy to navigate. All of the products are very well described. The details section, the information there is spot on, especially when it comes to things like the cruelty-free status, the ingredients. You will have no problem finding that information. I know that there are some brands where everything is like this big secret and you spend 15-20 minutes on their website trying to figure out just what is going on with an individual product. Not the case here. The description section is filled out in every single product, and it's filled out well. With that, I'm going to move on to the tutorial portion, where I'm going to show you what it looks like when you're actually playing with these wonderful, wonderful shadows. Okay, so for this demo portion, I've elected to move you closer to me so that you can see what I'm doing just a little bit easier. But we are going to be working with my palette of JD Glow shadows. So, very pretty. I have a selection here. I think I need to order like 2 more to fill this out. It's not a want, it's a need. Okay, so to start off, I'm going to be priming my eyes with a concealer. I have noticed that regardless of what I use to prime my eyes, or if I use a primer at all, these products work extremely well. They don't seem to get patchy, they don't give me any trouble. Whether or not I'm using a glitter glue or a tacky primer or wetting my brush, especially when it comes to the Galaxy shadows, the shimmers, and the Metallon shadows, they all go on fucking awesome. But we are going to be using some LA Girl Pro Conceal on the back of my hands and just a little flat shader brush to lay down a base for the heck of it. Okay, I'm not going to be setting my eyes because why? And for the record, for today's look, I do intend to do a cut crease, so we will be returning to the LA Girl Concealer in just a little bit. But to start off with, I'm going to be using a fluffy brush, and I'm going to be dipping into the shade Sassy, because, I don't know, let's do something red today. This is a matte shade, and I do very much enjoy the matte formula. It's not overly powdery, it's not hard to work with, it lays down very nicely. Again, doesn't really get patchy regardless of what the base is. I'm going to be using this as a transition. So I would hope that you can see just how freaking awesome, like, I haven't dipped back in, I haven't done anything special, this is just the first layer, and I do appreciate how these are buildable. You can get really high impact color, but it doesn't start out that way. They're not hard to work with in that sense. If you're a beginner and you go ahead and you pick up some of these shadows and you go to lay down a color, it's not like Juvia's Place where if you are not super careful, you will regret every decision you ever made in your life. These start off light and they build beautifully. Again, very beginner friendly. Okay, so base of our matte shadow Sassy is down. I mean, not to keep going over this, but this is legitimately one of the best matte formulas I've ever encountered. Not just from an indie brand, anywhere. There's no kick up in the pan. There's no fallout on my face. And they build beautifully. I literally cannot say enough good things about the matte formulas. I truly hope that they come out with just all of the colors because these are freaking amazing. Now I'm going to be going in with the shimmer shade Pandora. For a shimmer shade, this is rather easy to work with. Okay, so the shimmer shades are extremely high impact. I wouldn't say that they're difficult to work with, but once again, think Juvia's Place. You really want to make sure you're laying it down exactly where you want it, because you can blend it out, it's just going to take some time. I feel like I have this about where I want it in terms of depth and color placement. So we will be moving on to the cut crease portion. So now I'm taking a flat shader brush. I'm going to use the same LA Girl Pro Conceal to carve out where I want to put my lid shade. While I have definitely come around to cut creases, it's always kind of annoying to get that reminder that your eyes are definitely not even. So we got this kind of purpley red thing going on. We have all of this to work with. I'm thinking let's make things awesome. Let's go with a gold. So I'm going to be using the shade Excalibur. This is a shimmer from JD Glow's collection. And probably just for funsies, I will be using the shade Opal, which is one of their Galaxy collection, both as an inner highlight and probably as my actual highlight. But first things first, let's go in with Excalibur and get this lid taken care of. Remember how I said you really don't need to wet your brush or do anything fancy with these? Okay, moving on. Let's go ahead and dip into Opal and get that inner corner highlighty thing going. Okay, so for blush, I'm going to go in with Sassy very lightly on my cheeks, just to kind of tie the look together. And then, as I said, I will be going in with Opal as my highlight. Tiny happy dance? I don't know. Going with it. So because this is a Galaxy shadow, it has a tendency to be just a little bit chunky for my taste in terms of highlight, but you know what? We're gonna do it anyway because I want to use just these shadows for my look today. So I'm going to be dipping into that with like my favorite highlighty brush right now. It is actually the Luxie. I normally don't talk about the brushes that we get, but this was in BoxyCharm. This is the Luxie 522 tapered highlight brush. I am loving the hell out of this. And I feel so terrible because it took me like 2 weeks to even open the bag with the brushes in it, but oh my god, this thing is freaking great. I love it. Mistakes were made, maybe? We'll have to see. That is a hell of a glow. All right, so I'm gonna buff that out just a teensy bit because I like a glowy highlight as much as the next girl, but this feels excessive. Okay, so here is the look, minus my eyes being finished. I'm going to step away for just a minute. I'm going to finish off my liner and lashes, and then I will come back, give you my final thoughts, and we will leave it at that for this indie brand review. So, here we go. Finished look. What does everyone think? I don't know. I might be biased because I did it myself, but I'm a little partial to it. So I went ahead and I spruced up my lower lash line with a little bit of Pandora, that shimmer shadow that we used for a crease earlier. And then I threw on some Worth the Hype mascara by NYX and their Epic Ink Liner as my eyeliner for the day. I briefly considered throwing on some lashes, but have you ever noticed that a pair of really dramatic lashes can detract from a good eye look just as much as it can add to a mediocre one? I'm not saying that this is like the best eye look, but I don't know. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the colors, and I feel like the point of this review is to show them off. Why would I want to cover them up with some giant lashes? Anywho, my final thoughts. I freaking love this brand. Between the price being so affordable and so reasonable, just the quality of the products across the board, the fact that it is United States based, I live in the United States, they're cruelty free, a lot of their products are vegan. I don't have any complaints at all. Like I have nothing negative to say about this brand. And I want to stress, I have paid for everything that I have gotten from them. This is not sponsored. They don't know who I am. They don't care. I just legitimately think that these are an amazing product. And they really do, formula-wise, remind me a lot of Juvia's Place. The mattes are not as pigmented here, but in my opinion, that is a good thing. As I said earlier, it really is kind of a beginner-friendly matte formula. You are not going to screw up your entire eye look by dipping your brush in too hard and putting down too much pigment. Like, you're just not. They're very buildable. You can get good coverage. They're very versatile. Like, again, I've used this as my blush today. I've used the Galaxy Shadow Opal as my highlight. I love them. I love them. That is it. I'm gonna stop rambling, but I will leave their website link down below and the list of products that I used for this particular eye look. And I don't know what else to say. Please go check them out. They're freaking awesome. They're awesome. And that concludes today's indie brand review. JD Glow Cosmetics, freaking ace in this shit. Keep it up. Make more matte shades though, because I will buy all of them. Like, if you would just, I would probably, yeah. Like, I have to stop myself from going back and just being like, everything add to cart, because the formula is fucking awesome. It is fucking awesome. But again, that concludes today's video. I hope that you have a wonderful day or night, depending on when you're watching this. I do have a bunch more indie brand reviews in the lineup of things that I've introduced in the past and never quite got back to. So there will be more of this coming up in the future. My posting schedule at the moment is every Tuesday and Thursday. Hopefully that is enjoyable for everyone. Hopefully I can stick to it, because procrastination, what are you gonna do? But I really hope that if you like my face and you like my content, you subscribe to my channel. I'm not the boss of you. I can't tell you what to do, but it would make me happy. And if you do choose to stick around, I will see you in the next video. Peace.